All right, welcome to episode 4 of the Game Time Gents podcast. Episode 4 means that we've been doing this for a month, so congrats, you guys. Feels good to have a month under our belt. We're coming at you again today. We have some life news here that we're going to go over. We also have some would you rather NFL questions that are going to be pretty funny, and then we're going to wrap up the show today with a tier list of how many wins we think each team is going to get. So first here, I'm going to let Zoltowski go ahead and kick it off with the news. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, I get to go first? Very nice. Not much. Personally, little guy just turned 1, had his party the other day.
Yeah.
Shout out for you guys, Fish and Nutter for making the drive up. Appreciate it.
Long drive.
It was really good to... it's worth it. You got to go to the card shop afterwards.
It's true. It is worth it.
Yeah, every time. Liz did a great job. She's the one that planned all of it. I just kind of show up. But it's a fun time. Little bit of football news that I saw was, college football game 1, Florida State, Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech pulls off the upset. Excited to see what the season's going to bring. And there was another one. New Mexico lost to an FCS team. They were leading by 17, blew the lead. So it should be a fun season. Yeah. And I know that Nut talked about it at the end last time about getting streaming going. I definitely want to get my schedule set back up and share that all over. So hopefully you guys can come watch. Mason, what's going on with you, bud?
Ooh, I'm next.
Well, hold on. Should we save Mason for last, though?
We can. I don't care. I just
we can save Mason for last. Fish, why don't you go ahead and kick it off? Or second.
Absolutely. So I got a kind of a two-banger here. Obviously, sports, this is the official first week of everyone's second job. So very excited to see. Fantasy football is now a go. Hopefully no one gets injured going into the new season. I know in our league, the boys, I got a really, really tough opponent week 1. Zoltowski, we play, so very excited. I think I'm projected just a little bit higher. But was curious on if you guys had dove into your teams, if you guys set your lineups, you guys doing any last-minute ads, any trades before the season opens up Thursday?
Nah, my team is strong. I proved that last year. So really, I didn't really need to change anything. I'm just him when it comes to fantasy.
Oh, here you go.
Yeah, right. But how many of us tank last year to get better players? Thoughts?
I think just about all of us. My team in that league is, in a word, injured. We are not looking good. We have a lot of guys starting off on the pup. I am projected to lose by almost 40 points. So we
my God, who are you playing?
I'm playing against Tony. In my defense, I do not have a kicker and I do not have an IDP yet. So I will be picking those up, but I don't really see those two making a 40-point swing comeback.
Yeah, I could definitely see the kicker dropping, 38 for sure. Just opening week.
Yeah.
Zoltowski, how are you feeling about your matchup?
That's against you, man.
I know.
I don't know. I like my team though. No one's really hurt. Learning the IDP. That's this first time I've ever done that. I've always done the defenses. So I've been doing a little bit of research there. I only picked up 2 guys, but I think I have a chance. I think I took 4th last year, so not bad.
Pretty good. You got a solid team. So. Just kind of obviously we'll go on throughout the season. I'm sure there'll be some shit talking amongst us throughout, gaming and then on here as well. So be prepared for that. Absolutely. Right. The next thing I kind of want to discuss and just kind of news. I know that the new Overwatch season just dropped. Most of us have our rankings. We played enough with the new characters. Just kind of want to get your guys' vibe on what you guys think. I mean, the little buffs to Moira, Sombra, Orisa. Does that kind of drive away, the casual player base? Based off your guys' experience so far, I mean, we put in a decent amount of games already. I mean, what are you guys thinking? Does the new character feel a little sluggish? How are we feeling with the additional buffs there? What are you guys feeling about the new season so far?
So
it's like you said yesterday, take Sombra out of the game.
It is bad. It's so
Sorry,
bad.
I'm on the opposite side of that, dude. I think Sombra is so much fun to play. She's definitely a game-breaking character, though. If there's a good Sombra, I mean, the game is usually going to be over. Just like if there's a good Zarya on the other team, the game's going to be over. So,
He did get a buff.
yeah,
Zarya
Zarya got
did.
a big buff. The
She's a lot more fun now.
the nade damage she has is quite a bit more than she used to have. You brought up the new character Juno. She does feel sluggish, and I think it's because her fire rate is different. I think it's a lot slower than it was when she was in the play test. So
I think they nerfed it, and then they buffed her little projectile auto aim once. So I don't know.
okay, yeah.
It's interesting. Definitely
I
does
am
not affect the
actually
healing output,
on the
so.
opposite end with Juno. I think she's pretty balanced. Now her damage output could be increased a little more. I mean, she doesn't do much damage considering she shoots like 16 shots per mouse click, and it maybe makes him move just a little. But I think she's great. She's not sluggish as movement wise. I mean, I could get around and low-key 1v1 in Orisa because they can't hit me. Just throw the little portal thing and run back and forth in it.
Movement's great. Movement's fantastic.
Movement's great. Her healing is just like honest, so I can't complain. You just gotta hit your shots. Her auto aim is fun. I think she's my favorite support. I don't know. I just really like her. She can be buffed a little bit on the damage side, though. Definitely. That would maybe make a game changer.
Cool. None. You want to take over your points?
Yeah, so I just have a few things to talk about. First, I got to tell you guys that story about me getting physically assaulted after
Cliffhanger.
Fish's sister's wedding last
cliffhanger.
weekend. So basically, what happened? Amy, my wife, we left the wedding. It was a great time. Shout out to the Incurvatis for letting us come out there, and the Gertz family as well. We went out and we had to get gas after the wedding. Stopped at a Circle K on the way home. We have no idea where we were, by the way. It was a part of town we don't really frequent much. And we pulled in, got gas, noticed that there was a truck parked like perpendicular to the pumps, but just thought maybe it was somebody that knew the store owner, because there didn't really seem to be any like worry in the air or anything like that. But for some reason, when we left, I decided to turn left and just see if anyone was in the truck. We turned left out of the gas pump, started driving back towards the entrance, and we saw someone laying on the ground with the door of the truck wide open. That's when I got out, checked to see if they were okay. The actual store clerk came out after that. He seemed to know the gentleman, and he was saying, don't call the police. I'll just bring him inside. I'll sober him up. I'll move his truck and all that stuff. And the store owner was a little older, so I had to help up the guy, and he was very cooperative at first. But I think when he realized that the store owner was going to move his truck, he thought, being intoxicated, that the store owner was trying to steal his truck, and I was trying to help him steal his truck. So he started getting a little physical. He pushed the store owner, and I kind of tried to step between him because, like I said, the store owner's pretty old. The guy was pretty small, and I'm a pretty large human. If you've never seen me in person, played a lot of offensive and defensive line throughout my years, so kind of just let instinct kick in. I kind of just tried to keep him away from the guy, the store owner. The store owner went in to call the police, and Amy, my wife, called the police as well from our car. That was probably 7 feet away from the truck. The guy ended up getting back in his truck and starting it, and he was going to drive away, and I kept holding the door open. That is when he got out and he started to push me and punch me a little bit, and I didn't hit him back because he's intoxicated, but quickly got back in my car just to make sure that, he wasn't going to turn into the escape and crush it and then hurt Amy or anything. So we got out of there pretty quick and, made sure that she called 911. She got on the phone with the authorities. We didn't really know what to tell her. We just told her the landmarks that were near. And, I think I haven't seen anything on the news, so I think he got home safe, but it was kind of a crazy moment. I've never really been in a physical altercation like that. I'm not really a fighter by any means. So it was just kind of an interesting time. You know, a lot of things run through your head, like, does he have weapons on him? Does he have a knife? Like, is he some sort of Muay Thai mixed martial arts genius or something? But
It's just
9 times out of 10, they
legend.
are.
yeah,
They
he was-
absolutely
Just
are.
gets into full guard. Just
he was
like, come
definitely
on, bro.
a physically fit, scrappy dude. But
There's a gym
Um,
rat then, huh?
yeah, the size thing definitely came into play there, and I jumped in the car and we were on our way. But yeah, that was a pretty crazy time. But mentioning my wife, I do want to say it is our 3rd wedding anniversary the day this comes out. So super happy about that. She puts up with
Hey.
all my shit, and I couldn't have anybody better to go through life with. So I'm very happy that she's in my life. But more of a sports update, I guess. My dad, brother, and I, we do go to Browns games every year, and we have gotten the results of our games. We split season tickets with another family, and I will be at the Dallas Cowboys game. So the opening game, then we go to 3 games back to back to back, which is the Bengals, the Baltimore Ravens, and the Chargers. That's October 20th, October 27th, and November 3rd. And then we close out the year the Thursday night before Thanksgiving against the Steelers. So I'm pretty pumped to see all the division games at home this year.
Those are good.
It's
games
always
to
a good
go to.
time. Yeah. I'm pumped to finally see Dak again. I get to see CD for the first time. He wasn't on the squad last time. I got to see the Browns play the Cowboys. And then I do get to see Justin Herbert as well. So
Yeah.
a lot of fun memories there. Got to see Tom Brady play in person. Well, I got to see Tom Brady lose in person a couple years ago. So that was a big highlight. And then we already talked about the Baker Mayfield Thursday night game of his debut. That was awesome too. So always look forward to football season. That's a big part of it. It's a good bonding time with my dad and my brother. Always a great time there. So I think that is all the news I had though. Yeah, I don't have anything else. So anybody have anything else before we get into the would you rather questions here?
I got my news. This is gonna be a Game Time Gents breaking exclusive. Because some of my close people don't even know. This is a life event, so I'm not talking about sports here. Not talking about none of that. Pretty big life event. Let me just throw this out there. There's definitely going to be another Patrick Mahomes fan in the world. Because I am having a kid.
Congratulations,
Yeah,
dude.
thank you.
Congrats, buddy.
Thank you. Me and my girlfriend, her name is Rhiannon. Beautiful. She's wonderful. She is due April 24th, and my birthday is April 19th, so I'm low-key hoping we got the same birthday because that'd be kind of cool. But, yeah, so in April, I will have a kid out in the world, and they will be repping the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes.
Another
Yeah,
little
that's
Mason.
kind of my big news. Another little Mason, another Juno and Doomfist main, you know what I mean?
All right,
Yeah,
can you make a deal with
get
me?
you, man.
Don't forget ball.
No, I got past ball. I understood I was not the best ball. Doomfist, though, I'm pretty good.
Mace, can you make a deal with me?
Yes, what's up?
I didn't realize she was due in April. If your child is born April 13th,
There we go.
you name him after me.
I will. If it's born April,
Oh, you heard it.
13th, I will name my child's
Oh,
middle
it's-
name Nard.
April 13th, baby.
Oh
Let's
my
go.
god.
Book it.
But I have to talk to her. You have my support. It's her. She's carrying the baby.
there
Yeah,
we
the
go.
old ball and chain.
Now we're backing it up.
The old ball and chain.
Immediate.
But no, that is
shutdown.
actually Game Time Gents exclusive. I really haven't even told, but my mom and brother. The rest of my family doesn't even know yet. So you guys are literally hearing it. Like the people listening are literally hearing it first before some of the
Well,
most important people in my life. So
You know, dude, tell him to listen to the pod.
Gross.
here's some news about you. I mean,
Now, I will tell them, by the end of the week now, but.
Right. By the time he or she comes out, hey, by the way, I'm having a kid.
Yeah, by the way, I have a kid.
I have a kid now. Huh?
Yeah, no, I think it's great. So yeah, it is literally a Game Time Gents exclusive topic right here. Not a lot of people know this one.
Fish is a good name. Fish is a good nickname. Just saying, best Hanzo in the group.
But
Just letting you know.
you literally wrote the one and only
The one and only.
in Arthur's book.
Well,
The one and only fish.
And then in the back page, it was still the one and only. Because things may have changed between flipping the pages, so you never know.
I could have.
I'm just mad that
I'm gonna have my
took
baby
45
shower
minutes.
in Cincinnati. That way, all y'all can go. I wish.
We've been trying to get you to come out here for like 12 years now. You and Nova gonna make the trip or what?
Well, I want to.
Yeah, I'll talk to the old ball and chain about it then.
Ball and chain.
or just I don't know, bring her with you.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's a great idea.
Bring her,
I like
bring
that.
her, right? Bring her. Then Nova brings Katie,
Yeah.
and then they can hang out, and then all of us can go golfing and hang out like we usually do. So do an in life podcast. Thoughts?
Sold. I'm
I'm
here
sold.
for it.
We got to do it before 9 months.
Oh man, hopefully we can
bring the
plan
kid.
We could bring the kid just when they're a little
Just
older.
bring the
I think
kid.
they can only travel when they're so big or something like that.
It's like
Listen, they make something called car seats you can put in your car.
yeah. It's like every 2 hours you have to stop when they're real little, and then as they get older, they can go in the car longer and longer. And it's really big groups. So if it's just us, fine, it's fine.
Yeah.
Well, we'll all use hand sanitizer.
I won't, but yeah, we get it.
Okay.
Fish.
I got an immune.
Put him in a
I
bubble.
got an
He'll
He's
be
a bubble
kid.
boy. Bubble boy.
Well, you guys want to hold him and then I'll look at Fish and go, Fish, you want to look at him?
I'm not gonna hold him. I'm not doing it. I can't do it.
Nope. He hasn't even held my
No,
kid
I
yet.
have.
Fish.
It's
It's been a
been
year.
I
No,
don't
you
think
have
so.
not yet.
I got to keep that streak alive.
That is funny.
That's fine. Hey,
Yeah, no,
man.
that is
I
funny.
won't just drop them on you whenever you're ready.
That's
I'm not
that's the
catching 'em.
news. That's
I'm not going to throw them to you. No, God. I've seen you try to catch a softball. It's horrible.
Yikes.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Well,
I don't know, you play
big news,
catcher,
man. It's
so.
big news, man.
big news. Yeah, that's pretty much all the
congratulations,
news that we
Mason.
got. Yeah, thank you guys. That's all the news that we got.
Awesome,
So, we'll transition it into the Would You Rather preseason edition. Marty, you want to take back over for this one?
Yeah, so this is just going to be a would you rather, like NFL questions. It was going to be preseason, but I don't know. I couldn't really find good enough preseason questions or come up with them. So these are going to just be kind of questions that are going to put you in a tough spot, I think.
Okay.
So the first one we have here, would you rather have Patrick Mahomes as quarterback,
Patrick Mahomes is quarterback.
but your offense only gets 3 downs, or have Zach Wilson at quarterback and your offense gets 5 downs?
Now, you got to take we already know Mason's answer, right? He's already got Patrick Mahomes. I feel like you got to take him. I mean, yeah, it's one less down.
Yeah.
That guy.
You don't need it. He scored in
too good.
13 seconds to go to the Super Bowl.
That means you got to punt on third if you don't get the first down. I mean, that's some quick offensive drives.
Yeah, but I'd rather believe in him than
Didn't Zach
Wilson.
Did we not put Zach Wilson in the ass category?
He was ass. You know who was double ass though?
You know who was
Daniel
QB1?
Jones.
Patty, the Lord and Savior Mahomes.
Miss Patty.
I got to go the other way with it. I'm not going to lie.
What?
You're going to go Zach Wilson?
Actually,
What?
okay. I just don't throw the ball.
Okay, from a fantasy standpoint, maybe.
No, this is just
but
football.
okay.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
He said nothing. Like, just football, I'm taking the extra down.
You got to think of time of possession. You got to think of like field or
Patrick Mahomes scored in 13 seconds.
I mean, yeah, but he's not going to do
I mean,
take that
that.
into
I mean,
account.
yeah.
But here's the
drive.
counterpoint to that, though, right? Here's the counterpoint. You give Zach Wilson another down. That's another opportunity, high percentage that he throws another pick.
Don't throw the ball.
And then when you go down, you think he's going to bring you back?
Hey, if I get 2 yards of play and I have 5 downs, that's 10 yards as a first down.
Okay, are we talking about the Chiefs right now? Like Patrick Mahomes and the team right now? Or will it be Patrick Mahomes with Tyreek Hill? Because I'll take that.
No,
No, it's the Chiefs right now.
It's the
Okay,
Chiefs right
okay.
now.
Hey, I'm just wondering, man. Getting the logistics of the question.
Hey, question.
So, still staying with it.
All right, so we got 2 patties. One, Zach Wilson's very questionable. No, who you going with?
I think I got to go with Zach Wilson just
You're
because.
ridiculous
you
because you
were
stole Patrick Mahomes
outrageous.
from me in our fantasy draft. You're ridiculous.
Yeah, do you
Trade him right now then.
That's right. You don't have Pat Mahomes in our fan. Do you have Caleb Williams in the fantasy?
No, because guess who else drafted him?
Oh, it's
Nate-
weird, man.
Mason, that's 2 years in a row. You just might want to like pipe
It's
down
two-
who you're drafted, dog.
He didn't even hear. He didn't even hear the Caleb Williams one. He just sensed it.
I'm
And I was meat writing already. He
I'm
wanted
gonna
to
lose by 40 points this week, but I still got both your quarterbacks. Dude, that's crazy.
Okay, so we're even on that one. Okay, what's the next question, then?
All right. So this is for your respective team for the 2025 draft. So you lose your first and second round picks for 2025, or you have Joe Buck narrate your life for a year.
Narrate my life?
The sound emanates from your body. Everyone within earshot can hear you in its normal speaking voice.
I mean, I'm taking Joe Buck.
You go to the grocery store, Joe Buck is narrating you, comparing cantaloupes. He's looking at you, figuring out what steaks you're going to get. He's narrating your driving. That's got to get annoying.
I'm gonna take Joe Buck. I'm a plumber now. It would make it more interesting. And Mason Winters, get shit all over him. Wow, I've never seen this before. I'm taking Joe Buck, man.
What about you,
Joe
Zolkowski?
Buck.
I'm going with Joe Buck. I don't do anything, so it's fine.
And he's sedentary again. This is outrageous.
I am an inside toy, sir. Unless it's golfing, then I'm going
Dude,
out.
that could be even worse. Joe
Even then,
Buck,
I'd like a
and
simulator.
he
Does that
breathes
mean-
in, and he breathes out, and he breathes in.
He's there during intercourse too.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, Joe Buck all the way. Joe Buck all the way.
Hype.
I need Joe Buck to hype me my shit up, man.
Who said it's going to be hype?
And
when he's
Mason.
talking about that?
Wow, one of the quickest drives I've ever seen. 5 seconds.
He almost lasted a whole Vine video.
One hit wonder.
Oh, no.
This guy's generational. He went for 6 seconds this time. He's just steadily improving every year.
He's quick and efficient.
Looks like kid number 2 is on the way.
Yeah, it's got to be Joe Buck. No, are you going with Joe Buck, or are you taking the L there for your team? For your team,
I'll tell you what, the Browns haven't had first or second round picks in about 4 years, so not that long. But I can't have someone backseat my life for that long.
We do with your gaming all the time.
And it's my biggest pet peeve. I can't have somebody backseat gaming me. So I'm taking the picks. F them picks, as the kids say.
Just a lick of healing,
Right.
please.
I mean, I could take the Chiefs picks because it doesn't matter because we win the Super Bowl every year. So the
Is it because you have
picks
Patrick
horrible.
Mahomes?
Scripted. It's scripted.
But I'm still taking Joe Buck all the way. That's a good question. I like that one.
How's it going? I like
Yeah,
that.
I like that one. I like that one.
That's a good one.
What's the
All
next
right.
one? Let's hear it.
The last one I have here. If you were to be a GM in today's NFL, what quarterback age and contract would you rather start with? So you have Patrick Mahomes, his
Patrick Mahomes.
500 million for 10 years. Caleb Williams, his whatever his contract is.
A rookie deal. So what? It's 4 years.
Yeah, Caleb
First
Williams on a
round
rookie
pick,
deal,
20 million or something like. No,
fifth year option,
Yeah.
or Jared Goff's contract.
You have
you
to pick
have
that quarterback.
those three options. You have Pat Mahomes, $500 million for 10 years, Caleb Williams on a rookie deal, or Jared Goff's current contract.
Okay, so as a fan, Patrick Mahomes has a legitimate GM. My job was writing on the line. I'm taking Caleb Williams.
Honestly, see, I would differ from that. As a GM, I feel like I would have to take Patty. He's been proven.
And I get that.
I'm paying the
Caleb
guy.
could be the guy.
It could be. That's a big question mark, though. Patty's already proven.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I think
really,
I agree with Fish here.
I mean,
But
really,
then you can't sign no one else.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you restructure and you figure stuff out, you can, though. But I mean, at the same time, in the 10-year span, if you get 4 Super Bowls, was it worth it? I mean, clearly he didn't really need obviously Tyreek Hill was an incredible player, but kind of didn't really need him. Now he's got Xavier Worthy. He's got, Rice there. I'd pay the man since he's already been proven.
Yeah. Okay.
Jared Goff's contract is $212 million over 4 years with $170 million guaranteed.
Ooh, Zoltowski.
Yeah.
A lot of money there, bud. A lot of money.
I think I'm taking Goff. Lions fan a little bit in there, but mainly, he's a vet. Still can build another good team around him, not just paying one guy a double that. Just build a solid team.
How many Super Bowls
he's not getting paid. He's getting paid almost as much as Patrick Mahomes annually, but he's not Patrick Mahomes.
Actually true. Good shot, Mason. Good quick math.
Yeah, good quick math there. I didn't even think about that.
Quick math.
I'm 100% in the same vein as Fish. Patrick Mahomes, he is the guy. Pay him whatever he's worth. I mean, the most important position in football is the quarterback position. You get a guy like that who's a generational talent. You have to a proven generational talent. Caleb could be, but Patrick is. So
true. I feel like Patrick could throw to us as his receiving core and still do really well.
Oh, I'm getting at least 1,400 with Patrick Mahomes QB.
You're getting 4. I've seen you jump. You're getting.
I might be on the IR for 4 weeks, but I'm getting 1,400 one way or another.
Definitely out for sure. Not enough bananas in the world to help you.
I'll tell you what. Follow my Twitch if you'd like to see a series where I make the Game Time Gents as Patrick Mahomes receiving core. And see how far
that's good. We get the
but you better not do my stats wrong. You better not do my stats wrong. I'm fast as fuck.
I'm 6'4" in stiletto, so I would like to be 6'4", please.
Tell you what, Mason, you'll be the quickest out of the 4 of us, I'm sure.
No, but it's not by much though. Mason's you got a little. You've seen the video.
I have played college basketball.
I need the video. I've never seen it.
Athlete.
Yeah, him trying to dunk. He was heavy breathing when he put the camera down. I don't want to hear shit.
Mason, can I get that? Shocked. Can I get that video for our socials? Because this is the 3rd out of 4 podcasts Fish has referred to this.
Yeah, I gotta scroll through and find it. I'll send it.
Yeah, you better find it.
Just send it over.
Yeah. I've never seen it. Please, I need it.
Let me scroll through. Yeah.
But I guess thinking about it from that perspective, no, I'm switching then to Patrick Mahomes. Honestly, if the money's the same, Fish is right. I hate to say it, kills me inside to say those words.
I'm right, baby. Come to the dark side. We're here.
I mean, he can win.
He can.
He can do it.
I like that segment. That was pretty fun.
That was a good segment. Can we not have Patty Mahomes at a podcast? Because Mason, I feel like he gets a boner automatically.
I was just about to say, I love the Patrick Mahomes content. This
guy is. I mean, he took off the knee braces. He's ready.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear the lotion bottle, Mason. Just mute the mic, please.
I'm trying. I'm just not quick enough.
I'm trying.
All right, let's get on with our tier list.
If Joe Buck is there to announce that, he would have called it
out. He's all over it, dude.
Oh, I found the video.
All right, so for our tier list this week, we know last time when we did a tier list, we went a little long, but this should be around the same as the last podcast, which was just over an hour. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go through all 32 teams in the NFL, and we're going to project how many wins we think that they're going to get throughout the year. Bottom tier, 0 to 4 wins. The next tier up is 5 to 7 wins. The next tier up from that is 8 to 10 wins. Then we have 11 to 13 wins. And then the top tier is 14 wins and over. So the first franchise here on this list is the Arizona Cardinals.
I'm pulling up the divisions for us. That way, if anyone wants to argue, I'll be like, let's look.
Yeah, so they're in the NFC West, which has the Niners, the Rams,
and the Seahawks.
And the Seahawks in there. So
I think that
Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison Jr.
It's not a bad core that they have their offensive wise. I would say that they would fit comfortably between 8 and 10. I think.
Really? You think they make that huge jump?
It's weird. I believe it. I believe Kyler has stopped playing Call of Duty and actually focused on football last year and did fairly well with not that great a receiving core outside of Hopkins.
Yeah,
I think that's a little high. I think 5 to 7. Like,
yeah,
at the
I'm gonna
top of
take
that.
5. I'm gonna say 6 to 10. Now, what was that? 8 to 10?
8 to 10.
That's 8 to 10. Yeah.
What was their record last year? Like 3 and something. There it is. Okay, so the Cardinals were 4-13 last year.
And that was with Kyler hurt for a while too.
Yeah,
so
Yeah. Initially, he was hurt. James Conner was also hurt. I mean, I'm sure he'll be hurt again, but they have Trey Benson back there who should fill in fairly nicely too.
That was their first year without D-Hop.
Yeah,
and how's their defense? I mean, is the
Didn't
Cardinals
improve.
defense decent?
No, it didn't improve. It was the worst defensive line. I'm looking at it right now. They allowed the most rushing yards in the entire league.
Okay.
yeah, but you also got to think if they're playing from behind most of the time, that people aren't really going to throw it that often. They're just going to run the clock.
That's true. Game script wise, yeah. All right, we'll put them in 8 to 10 for now. I think they may move down while we're talking here, though. This next one's exciting, though. The Atlanta Falcons, they seem to be going all in, signing Kirk Cousins, going after Matthew Judon.
Yep.
Bijan. They have Drake London and Kyle Pitts there were a couple of guys Fish and I like. So they're in the NFC South.
I think that's the best team in that division.
Saints, Panthers, and Buccaneers. You think that they're the best in that division? I kind of agree with you there.
I think they're the best team in that division. Buccaneers is close second. The other two aren't even close.
You better watch out for the Panthers.
Yeah, sure. I'm going to say, I don't know if their first year altogether, if they click right away. I don't know if they get 11 to 13. I think 8 to 10 is where I'd find those guys.
Kirk Cousins,
he's going to find a streak and he's going to do great there.
He'll lose you.
Remember, Kirk Cousins was on the Vikings last year before he got hurt, was having a historic season, but they still lost 3 games straight to open the season. Just remember that. True. Took him a second to find the stride.
Took him a second to get their rhythm. That's right. Next, we have the Ravens. They are a stalwart in the AFC North against the Browns, Steelers, and Bengals.
Yep.
They will probably win the division again this year, although that's going to be a very competitive division. I think that I'm comfortable putting them in 11 to 13.
Yeah,
I'd agree
I'm
with
going to
that.
say 11 to 13.
Oh, yeah, 100% there.
Yeah, I'm going to say 11 to 13. The last year, where were they sitting at? 13 and 4. So,
yeah, those AFC North division games are very,
they're tough,
very competitive. So,
yeah.
Next, we have the Buffalo Bills. That offensive landscape looks very different this year. A lot of targets vacated. Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis there. So, it's going to be interesting to see what they do. It seems like early on, according to some beat reporters, it seems like their offense is changing to more of a run-first offense.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll see a lot of Cook, a lot of Davis maybe. I know they have Frank Gorse on there too. I'm not sure if he's going to make the team, but that's just another option they have. And Josh Allen's a big runner himself, so I think they might take a step back this year, though. They were 11 and 6 last year.
Yeah, and they're in a decent division. The Jets getting Aaron Rodgers back.
Jets are going to be that much better.
Yeah, right. The Miami Dolphins are there. I don't think they win the division anymore.
Don't sleep on Frank Gore Jr. That guy, he looked good in preseason so far.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they could run 15 running backs and no receivers. So,
and they have that pair of tight ends, Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid.
Kincaid, man,
those two
they went 11 and 6 last year.
Those two are very good. So
they went 11 and 6 and just made a wild card game.
All right, let's see. Next, we have the Panthers. Fish, you seem to be really high on the Panthers. Would you like to talk about that?
Yeah, I'm pretty high on the Panthers. I think they got a really good offense right now. Their defense is really beefed up. Probably going to put them at 0-4.
Okay.
Those guys are the Daniel Jones of the NFL.
You got me there.
It
brother.
is. They are.
What is he talking about?
With that division there, I don't know.
No belief in Bryce Young.
No, he looks like a deer in headlights, man. He looks lost out there. And then, I mean, he's only 5'8", 5'11", 5'10"? I mean, that guy could barely see over the offensive line. I don't believe in him this year until I see who's that running back that they have that they just picked up.
Jonathan Brooks.
Yep. Until I see that he does something incredible and makes that team better, I think that they know that even the Chuba Hubbard's pretty decent at running. I think they're going to load that box and put the ball in Bryce Young's hands. I'm going to have him throw it, challenge it. I just don't see that
they
going
win a
well.
couple more?
It makes it 4 games.
I mean, they went 2-15 last year.
Yeah.
Is Deontay Johnson really that much of a difference?
That guy's the truth. Absolutely.
That guy, man.
He was proven that he couldn't handle the number 1 workload, but he's a really good number 2.
Yeah.
So I don't see them buying all the way in and letting him be the number 1 there.
In my opinion, he's the worst number 1 in the league, best number 2 in the league. Well,
Big yikes.
Jalen Waddle will exist.
I think there's a lot of better number 2s than he is.
Yeah, true. But I mean, if he's borderline number 1, then why would he be a really good number 2?
I think he's better than people think he is. He didn't really have quarterback play his last 2 years in Pittsburgh.
Nah.
I mean, there was a year, I don't even think he scored a touchdown.
He didn't. He went like 100 and something days without scoring a touchdown.
Yeah, he went a long time. So
yeah, but when he did have a quarterback, when he had Ben, they also had Antonio Brown who was going off and popping off. So I mean, he drew over a lot of that coverage. So yeah, it was a lot of singles, and he did a lot of slants and caught some deep balls. I mean, he's got quick speed, but now everybody's going to focus on him. The number 1 corner is going to be on top of him. Last year, he couldn't do shit with it. Trust me.
I'm about the Adam Thielen redemption tour.
I mean, Adam Thielen's 98 with a walker out there, and is still catching 11 passes. You know, it's like
you got Xavier Legette too, though. Got to keep him.
Yeah, I like that guy. That guy's the dang Southern DK Metcalf.
I kind of want to put him at 5 wins just for his accent.
Yeah, right.
I put him at 5, but when they go 0-4 or something like that, you know.
No,
I don't think they're winning more than 5. I think they win 4 games this year, max.
All right, next year we have the Chicago Bears.
14 plus.
You're wild.
I don't know about 14.
You're wild,
I'm
sir.
just kidding.
Last year they went 7-10.
Yeah, with not even as good a team as they have now. But it all depends on Caleb Williams.
It does all hinge on Caleb. So he's in possibly the best place a rookie quarterback can be in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be comfortable putting them high 8 to 10.
Yeah, I say 8 to 10.
Yeah,
because I think they're better than the Bills and the Cardinals. Just being
in front
honest.
of the Falcons here.
Yeah,
in front of the Falcons. You think they're better than the Falcons?
Yeah, it's a better suit.
I think so.
Yeah, it literally all relies on Caleb Williams, but he looked nasty in the preseason, so I'm sure he'll be fine.
It's the preseason.
I know.
All right, next we have the Cincinnati Bengals. They finished last year 9-8. That was without a healthy Joe Burrow for the majority of the year. He's back looking like Slim Shady himself.
Yeah, you bring back a healthy Joe Burrow, well, they're easily 11-13 up there with the Ravens.
But can they keep him healthy?
Yeah, that's the question.
I don't know. It all depends on if Chase gets a new deal.
I mean, he had one healthy season, and he went to the Super Bowl, but one healthy season out of the, 4 or 5 seasons he's been in the league now?
Jamar Chase is back practicing. Yeah. So I don't see him sitting out for the rest of the year.
No.
I think
if Joe Burrow stays healthy, it's 11-13 for sure.
I think 11-13
that's an if.
might be a little high just because of the competition in the AFC North. I mean, they got to play the Ravens, the Browns, and the Steelers twice.
I mean, they went 9-8 with what's his name at backup quarterback for most of the games.
They also play the East too, so they play the Eagles and Dallas as well. So
and they were also 1-5 in the division last year, Mace.
Yeah, true.
So if that trend happens again, they're playing, like Fish said, the NFC East. That's much better division than they played last year for NFC teams.
We're stacked.
So I think we'll leave him here for now, but they may drop down to 8-10 when we look at this at the end.
Yep.
The Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, they should win a lot of games, unfortunately. Their division that they are in they're probably the worst division.
Hey, what are you talking about? Worst division?
They're not the worst division.
Worst division.
I just wanted to get Fish.
Meat riding Patty Mahomes when you're a fair weather fan. Got it. They're gonna win. They're gonna win at least 11 games. They're gonna shit on Dallas or the Giants. They're gonna shit on Washington. I'm sure we'll split with them.
Yeah.
That team is a seasoned team. That they do really well in the season, and when it comes to playoffs, they do that whole choking hazard thing, and then that's it. Then they fall down. So they're gonna win at least 11 for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be 2-horse race in the East, I think, for sure.
Yeah.
Them and the Eagles. Washington could be a sleeper, though.
Yeah, it depends on.
interesting to
I don't know if
see.
they're up there with the Cowboys and Eagles though.
Be interesting to see how Jane Daniels leads that squad there. So,
Yeah.
all right, next we got the Broncos. Now, I will say, last episode I said there's no way Sean Payton names a quarterback before the season starts, and he named Bo Nix as a starter the day after.
Yeah.
So,
Yikes!
It's almost like you got a text from someone.
yeah,
Yeah.
almost. Maybe
Fish, you
Sean's
got
a listener.
numbers?
Yeah. Shout out Sean Payton. Thanks for watching, man.
Shout out to Sean Payton and his pouty lips.
Hey, he's a listener. You never know.
But if you don't think Sean Payton has pouty lips, look it up. You'll see what I mean.
Sean Payton has pouty lips, man. But I respect all the listeners here.
We go with 5-7 there. I mean,
Yes.
they're playing the AFC West. They got to
Yeah.
play the Chiefs.
5-7.
They got to play the
Yeah,
Raiders.
They went 8-9 last
They went
year.
8-9 last year.
And
I guess with Russell, they don't really got Russell no more.
Broncos
That is also
filthy.
dependent
Let's
on
ride.
another rookie quarterback. Oh, and they lost Judy. So yeah, I'm cool with that. 5-7 for sure.
Yeah. They could be shipping out Tim Patrick too. That came across my phone today that they're looking to ship out Tim Patrick, but
Mhm.
Portland Sutton's still there. You know, they got that tight end Greg Dortch, and then
Who's
they've
their
got
cornerback? The good.
Bo Nix.
No, the
Oh, Patrick
cornerback.
Surtain.
Yes, Sertain. He needs to get out of there while he
Sertain's very
can.
Yeah, we try to go over them.
Their defense is pretty good. So
We
Yeah.
still have Bradbury, so that's wins all around, I guess.
next we have a team from the NFC North here. We have the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, they're making a huge jump this year. Jordan Love is making that jump.
yeah, as much as it pains me to say it, I got him in 11, then 13.
Yeah, they're making
you
a
know.
huge jump.
He's got a year under his belt.
I would agree with that.
As the starter, you know, they're going to beat the Bears twice. They're going to
Yeah.
beat the Vikings twice. We'll probably lose once, probably at Lambeau.
Yeah, last year they went
But-
9-8.
Mhm.
Love definitely, I think, takes a step up. He's got
Now-
a very solid receiving core.
When they started winning, keep this in mind, it's because Aaron Jones was back in the lineup after being injured half the season, and he was averaging 110 rushing yards a game. They don't got Aaron Jones no more.
Stat man.
They have Josh Jacobs though, and I think Josh
Oh, yeah.
Jacobs gets a lot of hate. I
Yeah.
think he's a lot better than
I think he is
people
better
give him
than
credit
yeah.
for.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
All right, next we have a team from the AFC South, the Houston Texans.
Oh, they're also another team that's going to make a
11 and
huge
3.
jump. Yeah, 11
Or
and 3.
11 to 13.
Yeah,
Last
11
year they
and
were 10-7. I agree with you guys. I'm putting them up here next
Yeah.
to the Ravens. I think.
Yeah, I put them above the Bengals, Cowboys, and Packers for sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, the offense is just getting stronger.
Yeah.
CJ Stroud definitely has some options to throw to.
They're also in a really weak division. Really weak division.
Yeah, they got to play the Colts.
Titans,
The
and
I
Jaguars.
believe the Jaguars. Yeah,
Yep.
which the
Jaguars the
Jaguars
only one that's going to give them any trouble, if any.
right. Okay, and staying in that division, we have the Colts here.
Another team
Love Colts
dependent
fans.
on
Love the Colts anthem. But I think we're gonna put them next to the other horse here at
Yeah.
5-7. Last year they were surprisingly 9-8.
Mm-hmm.
But I think
Magic.
they take a step back. Well, I don't know.
No,
Is that that
I
might
don't
be
know if they
too
take
low?
that much of a step
I
back.
would-
Yeah.
They got
I would disagree with that. I would put him in 8 and 10. We saw flashes of the pan in Anthony Richardson. Right, he looked good. He got hurt, and they still
yeah, that's right.
They
He got
still
hurt.
finished up top, and now Jonathan Taylor doesn't have to be the sole person to run it constantly, which means that box is now going to expand. They actually can throw it now. I think it's going to open up more opportunities for Jonathan
Mike
Taylor and
Pittman will
Richardson
make
with
a huge
RPOs
jump.
and everything. Right? I mean, it's just I think we're looking at an 8 and 10 team right now.
Yeah.
Their receivers are pretty good too. They got Michael Pittman there. They have that kid from UC. I forget his name.
Pierce, Alex
Yep.
Pierce, or
Yep,
whatever.
Alex Pierce. So
Yeah, he's not bad.
it's probably a good spot to put them in.
Remember when they had T.Y. Hilton?
Yeah, man, he fell off
Ah,
real
He
quick.
fell off fast.
Mm-hmm.
He was so good, and then I think he got injured, and he just never came back the same.
Yeah, he fell off pretty fast.
All right, next we have the Jaguars, which I've always been told I say that funny. So we have Jacksonville. Last year,
Still in the same
Jacksonville
conference.
is it? Yeah, it is still the same conference.
Yeah, I think we
Last year,
got
Jacksonville went 9-8, finished behind the Colts or right by the Colts. Trevor Lawrence, he just got paid. You know, is he going to lead them to more wins?
no because
Are they going to
lost
take a step back?
They're taking I don't think they're taking a step back. I think they have the exact same record they did last year.
Did
Okay.
pick up that really big receiver who seemed to be doing well in preseason as well. They're pretty high on him as well. So they might take a small step forward, but I don't think it's going to be a drastic jump or anything like that. I think they have,
I literally
like
don't
Mason
see a
said,
change in record. That's my opinion.
You know, it was Gabe Davis they picked up, right?
Yeah.
They
No,
picked
the
up
roo-
Gabe Davis.
well, yeah, they picked him up and they got that rookie receiver as well. Brian?
Oh, right. Bryant. Yeah. I
And they
think it's
still
his
got
name.
Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk's not bad either.
Christian Kirk's very good. He's
Yeah.
underrated.
Yeah, he is underrated.
And they have Etienne still as well.
That was Zay Jones still, or did he leave?
Zay Jones is now suspended.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, is he really? I didn't hear
Yeah.
about that.
That's right. I forgot.
What did he do?
Wait, so was it gambling or was it?
Gambling.
It was gambling.
TDs?
Yeah, gambling.
It was one of those two. Yeah, but I think he's suspended for like what 4 to 6 games or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really think he's going to be that big of a part of the offense anyway. But
Not with Gabe Davis in there now.
8-10, that's or 8 to 10 wins. That's where we'll put them.
Yep, I'm cool.
Next, we have the Raiders. They finished their Cinderella season last year
Yeah.
at 8-9.
And they're in the best division in football.
I mean, the easiest division for the Chiefs to win. But yeah,
I
I don't
sorry,
really
they're the best.
see.
The Chiefs are there.
I don't really see a lot of improvement here. I actually have a hot take. I think if the Raiders start off very slow, then Devontae is out and he's going to join Aaron Rodgers and the Jets.
I'm telling it right
I
now.
think
Even
that
if
could
they
happen.
win, he's out.
I don't know, man. If they start winning, I think he's going to stay. But
Wouldn't mind seeing
Um,
him at the Bills.
if you guys have watched Receiver on Netflix, I mean, watching his frustrations there, it really makes you feel bad for Devontae because he's not one to speak up.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll throw tantrums on the sideline, but they're like minor compared to what Odell Beckham Jr. used to throw or what Stephon Diggs throws today. So
Mhm.
it's just
Yeah.
him saying, "Get me the ball." He's the best player on the field.
Yeah.
Um,
And
and
he
I
is. And they
think-
literally, he didn't even have the highest target share last year. It was actually Jacoby Myers.
really, I
only
didn't know
because
that.
I had Devontae Adams on my fantasy squad, and I was getting ready to trade him, and I was like, let me look at this stat. Who has the highest target share? And it was Jacoby Myers. And I was like, yeah, I'm getting rid of Devontae Adams.
Yeah,
I just don't think you trust Garner Minshew at all.
Gardner Minshew or
quarterback roulette.
Aiden O'Connell. All right, next we have the Los Angeles Chargers. Always feels weird saying that. They went a underwhelming 5-12 last year. I think that's
Mhm.
mostly because Justin Herbert was out for a
Yeah.
good portion of the year.
Yeah.
So I think they take a pretty big step forward. They have a new coach. Everybody's freaking out about him.
Yeah.
Lataski, would you like to talk about your boy?
Oh, it's Jim Harbaugh, man. Jim Harbaugh. They're gonna take a step up. They're gonna probably win 10 games. I think I'd put them probably in front of the Falcons.
Yeah.
I think the Bears again. Even being an NFC North, divisional team there. Caleb Williams, if he comes out, and I think he's gonna have a good year, and they've got some weapons there. So
Yeah.
I think they're better than the Bears, but they're gonna take a jump up.
Yeah, they're
Harbaugh's gonna lead them.
they're again in a pretty easy division, except for the Chiefs there. So
Yeah.
they'll probably finish second in their division.
Yeah, and now I'm a secondary. My secondary team's the Chargers now. Let's go buy Chargers gear. So,
Yeah, you and the 13 other fans they have.
hey man, it's cheap. It's clearance.
All right, next we have The LA Rams, led by Matt Stafford and the little spark plug, Sean McVay there. He's a great coach. This is the first time they've had a first-round pick since, 2019?
When they traded for the super team that won in the Super Bowl.
Maybe before that, yeah. So, where do we think this one's the most ambiguous to me?
Yeah,
They went 10-7 last year. I think did Stafford miss a couple games?
Stafford missed a couple games. Cooper Kupp missed almost half the season.
Cooper Kupp missed a lot. Yeah.
And Puka Nacua shined, and I think he continues to shine, and I think Cooper Kupp gets back into his flow, so does Matthew Stafford. I think they take a little jump up.
So we put him in 11-13?
11-13.
Yeah.
We're going to put him up here.
I put him on the lower end.
I put him behind Dallas. I mean, they still got Kyren Williams, who did well.
They still got Aaron Donald?
No,
nope. Aaron Donald retired.
That's right. That's why I asked. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. Their defense is not as good.
Well, they got Kyren Williams still, and then they got Blake Corum. And a lot of people were high on Blake Corum, myself included.
I'm one of them.
I mean, he's done well in preseason. He's done well in OTAs. I mean, it's even if Kyren does go out, I think they got a pretty suitable backup to fill in that role there, and eventually he'll take over. So I think they'll probably end up going 11 at least.
Blake Corum, the guy with super strength. All right.
Built like a brick shit house, man.
Built like a brick shit house. You were right. All right, next we have the Dolphins. Fastest team in the entire league.
This is a team that starts out insane, but teams start to figure out their game plan, and they really start to lose towards the end of the season.
And I'm not one to usually bring this up, but the Dolphins can't play in cold weather.
They cannot.
The aqua and orange just looks weird in the snow. And I just don't think that they can. I don't think they can play in cold weather. So,
well, and they have a home field advantage because the away team's bench is in the sun the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
True. Yeah.
You remember when Tua said it gets cold in Alabama?
Right.
Right. Yeah. Alabama's getting real cold, man.
Well, think of it this way, too. They were very sporadic last year, right? They would put up 70, 50-point games, and then the following week they put up 10.
Yeah.
Like Mason said, once they figure out their offense, they start pushing the cornerbacks back or having another safety or two over top.
Mm-hmm.
Tyreek can only cut underneath. I mean, that guy's incredible speed. Everybody's got speed there. But when you take away a lot of those possessions, then you rely on Tua's arm, who essentially just throws down there and says somebody's going to be down there. It's a little different when they have a safety or two down there who's constantly reading the ball. So I think we saw a lot of that last year. I think a lot of defense are going to make those changes and adjustments. I think 8-10 is a respectable thing, but I think they're still going to be very sporadic. I mean, that
means they take a step down then if they're at 8-10.
I would agree with that.
11-6 last year.
Yeah,
I would agree with that.
I don't think they take a step down. I've said it all. This whole tier list. This team is quarterback dependent. I think the Miami Dolphins are Tyreek Hill dependent. If he goes out even a bit, I think their season is done. Unfortunately, I think he's that good of a player.
He's a very good player.
Mean, you saw it last year. I mean, Devon Achane is similar to Tyreek. I mean, plays a different position, but that explosiveness between him and Tyreek, that's things that can't really get replaced. So,
nope.
Deadly combo.
And when they lost Devon Achane, I don't know, they really couldn't find the running game. Raheem Mostert is fast. He's just not as explosive. He's a little older. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think they take a step down, though. I think they stay exactly where they're at. But
you think they stay at 11?
Yeah, I think they stay at 11. But don't move it just because I said that.
We can put them up here at the top of 10.
Yeah, I say they're better than the Bears and the Chargers for sure.
I'm comfortable with that. I'll put them there. Yeah. All right, next we have the Minnesota Vikings.
Unfortunately, they just lost their best player. Well, I guess Justin Jefferson's there. Didn't they lose TJ Hawkinson for the season?
Not for the season. He's coming off of an injury from last year.
No, JJ's out for the season.
Yeah,
JJ's out.
Darnold. JJ McCarthy is out for the season, not Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
So gonna have to rely on Sam Darnold there. Kevin O'Connell's a very good coach, though.
Yeah,
I could see him squeezing 5 wins out of Sam Darnold.
Yeah,
I say 5 to 7.
Yeah.
They had 7 last year. I don't see him making a crazy jump.
I
especially
don't
with
see it either.
poor quarterback play. Unfortunately, Sam Darnold's going to give him.
Yeah, we kind of know who Sam Darnold is at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of guys, we know who they are. We have the Saints next, led by Derek Carr.
Derek, the drive ends at the 20-yard line. Carr.
Yeah, I got no faith in that guy.
Yep.
I think they barely finish around 7 games.
Yeah, last year they went 9-8. Again, it just depends on who they play this upcoming year, but that division's going to be a lot harder to play in. The Panthers, even though we have them at 0-4, they're not just going to be a lie-down team anymore. We have the Falcons taking a step up. We have the Buccaneers. They were the ones that won the division last year. And I think that they are going to kind of stay where they're at.
Yeah, I agree.
For Buccaneers wise, but yeah, I don't know. The NFC South is always so weird, man. It's like
It is.
no team ever repeats, it seems like, as division winner. It seems like they always
back in the day when
cycle.
they had Drew Brees, but ever since he's been gone, that division's wide open.
Yeah. So I think, what do you guys think? 5-7?
Yeah,
On the
5 to
high
7.
end?
That's
Yeah.
respectable.
I'll put them more at 7 wins than 5 there. So
Just run the Wildcat the whole game, put Taysom Hill back there, and let him score me a bunch of fantasy points.
now this next team, the New York Jets, this is one of the most interesting teams to me. They have a high-powered offense. Just if they can get the keys to run it, is Aaron Rodgers going to be back? Is he going to be back to his former glory? All question marks for the Jets right now. Their defense is still very good, despite what the offense does. Last year they finished 7-10 with Zach Wilson at the helm. Well, I shouldn't say just Zach Wilson. They had quite a few different quarterbacks they tried to plug in there. But are they going to have the same issue if Aaron goes down? He is turning 40 this year, didn't play football while he was 39. So we will have to see what happens. I don't believe he played preseason either.
No, he did not.
I think they're.
I think they have to
they're
take
on
a
the
step
tail
up.
end. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they're on the tail end of 8-10 though.
Yeah.
Like they're not going to explode like everyone thinks they are. They're just going to win a couple more games.
Yeah.
It's like you said, he's getting up there. Good quarterback. Don't get me wrong.
I see what you're saying, but
if he stays healthy, he's got to stay healthy. First play of the season last year, he's out for the year, which is unfortunate. Glad he's recovered, glad he's okay. But
I think I want to put him higher in the 8-10 category just because they have Brees Hall. That defense is very, very good.
I would agree with you, Nut. I think they make a good enough stride. I think Rodgers playing with a chip on his shoulder. I think he smoked enough peyote where he's not going to feel anything even if he does break something. So, like you said,
just put some tape on
Brees
it.
Garrett
Hall,
Wilson, and they
Garrett
also
Wilson.
added Mike Williams this year, which could be huge for
I mean,
Rodgers.
Yeah.
that defense has not changed. The offense have gotten better. So I would put them
Mhm.
as an upgrade there. Yeah.
I'm comfortable putting them between the Bears and the Chargers.
I can respect that.
Yeah.
Man, we have the Bills real low now. Seems like
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, though.
I mean,
They lost a lot.
they did lose a
They
lot.
did.
Yeah. All right, next we have the New York Football Giants. Danny Dimes and that luscious beard. They lost Saquon.
Yeah, they're taking a huge step back.
I mean, you can't take much of a step back from 6-11, but I have to agree with you. I think
0-4.
they're 0-4. I think they finished better than the Panthers, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next we have the Steelers, the team that has gone just about over 500 ever since they instituted 17 game seasons. Last year they did finish 17-10 with Kenny Pickett at the helm. I think that they take a step up. Unfortunately, I'm going to put them at the end of the 11-13.
Yeah.
Which all the AFC North seems to be in right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a really, really tough division. I think Russell Wilson's a lot better than people give him credit for. I think Mike Tomlin's going to get the best out of him, like Pete Carroll got out of him in Seattle. So I think I think the Steelers are going to be okay, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And they still have Justin Fields there. I mean, they're going to make some packages for him as well. Maybe he'll come in and run Wildcat, which just gives him another ability because he can throw the ball.
Yeah.
True. And Najee's coming.
Yeah.
Najee's fully healed, fully healthy. I think you're going to see a good amount of what he did his rookie year. I know he's been a little shaky last couple seasons with just, bruises and week-to-week injuries that they didn't really disclose that much, but they say he's fully healthy. He's going to play that Le'Veon Bell in the back. Wait. There's the whole go for it. He's not going to have that explosive speed, but that's why they also have Warren. So that team could be very, very dangerous too.
They've got a tough defense too. Jalen Warren's there as well. So I think that's probably a good spot to put them in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Every AFC North team last year did go above 500. So I think putting them all in this 11 to 13 range isn't too crazy. We haven't gotten to the Browns yet, but we're probably going to go in there too. Next, we have the Niners. Now, I do think that they could be the 14.
I do. That's what I was just about to say.
Yeah.
This is Brock Purdy's contract year. He has he's coming on his third year of his 4 years. He's looking for a payday. He's taking a step up. Christian McCaffrey's pissed. That whole team is pissed they lost. I think they all take a step up.
I think they all take a step up. They still have a great defense. They still have Deebo Samuel there.
Yep.
Brandon Ayuk is a question mark, although I think he'll play there because we're getting so close to the season, or he just won't play football at all.
Yeah.
And then another guy is Trent Williams. You lose a guy like Trent Williams, that's going to be a big, big hindrance for Brock Purdy. So that's a left tackle for the Niners, for those of you who don't follow football too closely to know the big lineman there. But yeah, I think San Fran does take that step. They finished 12-5 last year. Went on a little bit of a dry spell there in the middle of the year, losing some games, but they kind of found their footing again by the end of the year. So,
fun fact: Trent Williams is the most decorated OU player.
Was he really? I did not know that.
He has the most Pro Bowls. The only person close to him is Adrian Peterson. That's because he's won an MVP, but he still only has 5 Pro Bowls compared to Trent Williams' 11 Pro Bowls.
Man, if you told me AP only had 5 Pro Bowls, I would be shocked.
He only had like a crazy 5-year span.
Just the injuries and stuff.
And the suspension, all that.
Yep. All right, next we have the Seahawks, another team in the NFC West division there. They're kind of a question mark to me. I can't even think of who their coach is this year.
They got a new coach.
It's not Pete Carroll anymore.
Mike McDonald.
Anyone with the name Mike McDonald is going 0-4.
Absolutely not.
I'm not putting him 0-4. That's
kidding. No,
that's too low.
That's viewers. That's Mason's wild take this week. Mason's wild take.
Mason's Wii Sports.
That wasn't serious. This is serious. 5-7.
Being too young.
I think they stay right where they are. I think they go 9-8 again. Honestly,
I agree. I think this is a wild take. I'll do this. Sam Howell becomes the starter by week 8.
I don't think it's a wild take at all. I think that's accurate. There's no way they pick him up and just let him.
Sam Howell was leading the NFL in passing yards for like 4 weeks for a little bit, and he finished like top 10. So he's not a bad quarterback.
No, they're just grooming him.
He just got sacked a lot. Yeah, he did not have a line over there.
No, but Gino's aging. He's still a good ball player. He's smart with the football, but at the same time, you got to give up the keys to the castle eventually. He is aging into, okay, do I borderline start? Do I borderline, backup kind of thing?
He took a step back last year. He was quarterback 6 the year before last year. Last year he was quarterback 15. So, if he continues that trend, then Sam Howell it's only a matter of time for him.
Well, we've got a pretty good receiving core there too. DK, Metcalf, Jackson Smith, and Jigba, and then old man Tyler Lockett there too. So that's a pretty good receiving core for any quarterback to have.
All right.
Next we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Baker Mayfield at the helm. Good old Baker. You know, a lot of emotions come to my mind with Baker.
What should come to your mind? What should come to my mind? That man
Yeah,
was one of the best
Well,
OU quarterbacks I've ever seen.
I love him and hate him at the same time, being a Cleveland fan. So, I think that division just gets better, and I think that they stayed kind of the same.
Yeah, I
That
agree.
being said, last year they went 9-8. I could see them maybe taking a step back, being at the very, very top of 7 wins here. Just because the Falcons got so much better. Like I said, we have the Panthers at 0-4, but they're going to be competitive as 0-4. They might lose every game by a score.
The
So
Panthers are going to win because they're going to be trap games, random upsets.
yeah.
True.
So I think we'll put them there.
Any given Sunday rule.
Everybody comfortable with 5-7, or you guys think we should
I'm
move
cool
on?
with that. I think they're the high end of 5-7 for
Yeah.
sure.
All right, next we have the Tennessee Titans, Levi Jeans himself. They also have a new coach. He was a coach for Cincinnati last year. I believe he was the offensive coordinator. You know, what he did without Burrow was pretty impressive in my eyes.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see what he gets out of Will Levis this year. They have DeAndre Hopkins.
Just
I
got
don't
Calvin
think-
Ridley.
Yeah, they just got Calvin Ridley. I don't think that their defense is too crazy.
It's pretty,
know-
it's pretty average.
I know they have a pretty good defensive tackle.
Jeffrey Simmons. or
Yeah,
whatever his name
yeah,
is.
Jeffrey Simmons. Yeah, I think it's his name. But
They got
I
that
don't
good
know.
safety too, though.
Quandre.
Yeah, well, they got I forget his name. He might be a cornerback. I might be thinking.
I think they're here at 5-7.
I
Personally,
agree with that. I think they're going to get Levi Jeans his confidence. They're going to do a bunch of slant passes for the first few weeks, build his confidence there, and then we'll start extending the field. They do have pretty dynamic running backs in Pollard and Spears. So, I mean, I can see a lot of two quarterback sets or two running back sets in the back, and then kind of those little dump passes to get pretty good yardage. I mean, that's what Pollard excelled with when he was in Dallas. Unfortunately, I can see the similar set there too. So. 5-7 is good.
all right. Next, we have the Washington Commanders. I almost called them their old name. Just force a habit. All right, so we have Jaden Daniels, rookie quarterback. They just let Jahan Dotson go, which was really surprising to me because 2 years ago he was fantastic.
Yeah.
Where did he go to again?
He went to Philly. You guys fleeced the Commanders there.
Yeah, for a fifth round pick.
Howie
That's it.
Roseman is just out here to fleece people. He's the guy in the picture with the sunglasses and smoking the joint. Like that guy just knows how to trade and finagle deals. That's exactly what happens. I mean, the
Yeah,
guy's
but
incredible.
Juwan Dotson is probably he's receiver 3 on that team, but boy, he is one heck of a receiver.
That's a dangerous
Yeah,
receiver 3.
It's a good
Yeah,
receiver thing, for
dangerous.
sure. I think that they'll go 5-7 or 5-7 wins. I think that's pretty respectable. Put them there.
I
I
agree.
agree with that.
Yeah, I agree. They take a small step up.
Put them between the Titans and the Saints. Last year
Mhm.
they were 4-13, so they can only go up from here.
Right, right.
Another team last year that was 4-13, the New England Patriots.
I know Bosom wants him at 14 plus.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whole new squad, whole new coaching staff.
Brady's not there. They don't have Moss. They don't have Gronk.
I mean, how far back are we going, dude? They
You
don't
think-
Bledsoe.
They don't have anybody there. I mean, do we throw them at 5-7, but on the lowest end of 5?
I
Or do
think
we
so.
think Drake May.
Yeah, I think so.
Does he do anything this year? I mean, who is he
Drake
throwing
May.
to?
Drake May
Drake
looks
May.
good, but Drake May's offensive line looks horrible right now.
Yeah.
So I think low end of 5-7 is probably pretty good. I think their defense, as always, is going to be decent. They're going to have a bunch of guys that nobody knows who they are. Be no name defense and be pretty good. So
They got Christian Gonzalez coming back.
they have Christian Gonzalez coming back. They have who's their defensive tackle? Barwin. He's been ruled out indefinitely with blood clots, I think,
Oh shit,
in his lungs. So I don't know.
Jeez.
that's not good.
I don't think his last name is Barwin. It's close to that, though. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But yeah, 5 to 7 wins. I think.
Yeah.
I think
All right,
gonna be a
Bozo.
good spot.
Sorry, Bosom.
All right, next we have.
Sorry, Bosom.
I saved our teams for last, so we'll do mine first here. We have the Cleveland Browns. Deshaun Watson's coming back. The Browns won 11 games last year, starting 5 different quarterbacks. Deshaun did go, I believe it was 5-1 last year while he was healthy. So, in my eyes, we didn't really lose anyone. We lost Nick Chubb last year to a horrific injury.
God, I missed it.
Hopefully he comes back. He's been squatting a bunch of weight. It always puts my stomach in my ass every time I watch him do it.
But you said it like podcast 2 or 1. That's just for show. Can he cut on that knee?
No, I know. That's what I'm not sure of yet. He won't be back to start the year for sure.
No.
But I think he could come back when he's ready and really give us, a different beat to the offense. But this offense has changed anyway. I mean, there's a lot of receiving options. We brought in Jerry Jeudy. There's
You know who went crazy?
David
for you guys at the
Njoku's
end of the
there.
year? That guy.
David
That guy went
Njoku.
crazy towards the end of the year. Just
David
woke up
Njoku's
randomly.
No, he was good. He was good all year. I ran 2 tight ends most of the year. I have him.
But he
and
was
Laporta.
really good towards the end because I had him.
Oh
I
yeah.
picked him up off waivers. Somebody let him go, and I was like, all right.
So for these last 4 picks, I want the other 3 co-hosts to put up where we think
All right. So
the
you're
others
not in this
respective
one for
team
the
will
Browns,
go.
right?
Right. I'm not gonna. I'm sitting back. My hands are clean
So
at this one. You guys tell me how many wins you think the Browns
we
are gonna
have
get.
everybody in that division, 11 to 13. So we got to put it in the order of what we think that division race will look like. Sorry, but the Baltimore Ravens win the division.
I agree.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, but the Cincinnati Bengals, if healthy, is second in that division. And I think you guys just edge out the Steelers.
Yeah, I think right there.
Yeah. I
Okay.
agree. Oof.
Right there. I mean, if Burrow gets hurt, you're above the Bengals.
Yeah.
But if Burrow stays healthy, man, it's a good football team.
Mhm.
All right. Next, we have the Chiefs. Now, the
14
Chiefs were
plus. Can I add
underwhelming last
Hey, real
year.
quick?
They were 11-6 last year.
Yeah. But they're
Mason,
figuring it out now.
Make the case for your team.
Okay. They was 11-6 last year. Boo-hoo. Random losses. Who cares? Got a weird upset week 1. Doesn't matter. That week 1 loss was literally it was nothing in the grand scheme of things. Really, I don't know. They're just improving. Jerry Rice almost did it there. Rashee Rice is going to take a jump. Travis Kelce's going to stay around the same. He's just getting older, but I don't think he's getting that old. Worthy, that guy's going to be a star. I don't know. I think they take a jump, and their defense was young, and they were the second best defense in the league last year, and they're only getting more experience and better. I don't know. I think they're 14 plus, borderline 14 plus, just under the 49ers, unfortunately. Can you get them out of the 0-4 section? That just doesn't look right there. Can you put them out of that thing? Yeah, just put
Right
them back.
behind the Panthers. All right, where they should be. If the NFL wasn't scripted, that's where they would be.
All right, that's my advocating.
That's how they
I'm
would
done.
be.
Now you guys take it over.
Fish Zoltowski, I think they go right behind the Ravens.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I don't know if they're
Yeah.
going to hit the 14 plus.
Did
I
they
gotta
not beat the Ravens every time they played them last year?
It doesn't matter. We're talking about how many wins they're going to get throughout the season.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think
Now
the
it
Ravens
clicks
get
then.
more wins.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Xavier Worthy's going to be great this year. I think the offense will give it a powerhouse like they usually do. They did have a weird year last year where they just didn't win a lot of games. I mean, they won a lot, but not for that caliber type that they have. I think 11-13 is good. I don't know if they're going to. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they hit that 14 plus. It really wouldn't. But at the same time, I think they're comfortable here as long as they get hot towards the end of the season, like they did last year, and they carry through it. Then yeah, that makes total sense.
It wouldn't surprise me either if they got that 14. Now, Mason, the reason we're saying this, I know you beat them in the Super Bowl, but I think the Niners all around are a better team than the Chiefs.
I'm not arguing that, but
You look position to position.
but they're in a different division, so you should
Oh, I
put.
know.
I think that out of the AFC and NFC, the Chiefs are 14 plus, the 49ers are 14 plus. Those are the only two teams from the two conferences you could put in the 14 plus.
A wild statement.
Yeah, but there doesn't have to be a team in both divisions at 14.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Mate, you can get off your knees now. You don't have to meet right anymore.
Shit, it's almost in my mouth.
Jesus.
All right, Zoltowski, you want to tell us why, or tell us more?
Why the Lions are going 17-0 and winning the goddamn Super
Exactly, yeah.
No, yes.
Yeah, right.
Yes. No. So I mean, picked up some defensive players finally. Hopefully have a better secondary than last year. This team's starting to grow. They've got grit. Lots of grit.
Right, kneecaps?
But no, dude, we bit off the kneecaps. We're going for the head. I think, should have that we really won that game against the Cowboys last year. That penalty, I don't want to talk about it. It makes me so mad. I think we're behind the Niners there. When they win 14 games, but that offense is still good. A lot of weapons on both sides of the ball as well. So I just think they win 14 games. I think they get over that hump. I have something to look forward to every Sunday again.
Fish, Mason, what do you guys think? Are you going to put them in 14? I don't think I can
14.
this year.
I don't think I could put them in 14 because that means that makes them better than the Ravens and the Chiefs. And I'm not being biased against the Chiefs. I just don't think they're better than the Ravens. And if you guys are saying the Chiefs ain't better than the Ravens, then you damn sure can't put the Lions above the Ravens.
Zoltowski, the reason I'm saying 11 and 13, that division is much better this year.
Yeah, it is.
The Bears,
you are not wrong. Yeah,
the Bears are much better.
It's going to be a tough division for sure.
Will be. Absolutely.
Yeah.
The Vikings are going to be in the basement, but you got two other teams there that you're going to battle with this year for sure. And
I think you and the Packers are going to be really close to winning that division. I mean, like a game or two off, maybe even a tiebreaker game. Whoever wins between them.
I'm good putting them up here next to the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
What do you think, Fish?
I respect it.
I'd agree with that. I mean, they got the offense and the defense to make a push. Again, one of those teams where I'm not surprised if they get the 14 and whatever. But at the same time, I think the 11 and 13 is a good, comfortable 99% sure that's where they'll finish type deal.
Yeah.
All right, and we got the last team, the Philadelphia Eagles, and I'm putting them 0-4 because they lost Jason Kelce.
Yeah, I was about to say that's the big reason why they're not 0-4. But Jason Kelsey's a leader. The tush push is not going to be as effective as it was last year without that man.
True, but thank God we don't need to rely on the tush push because who did we sign? Oh, Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, and you're still going to use the tush push every chance you get.
Not necessarily now that we have Saquon, who's big enough, who can just go through that. So, Mason, pipe down for a second. Let me just go ahead and go through my stuff here.
You're right. I'm sorry about that, man.
So last year we started out very hot. Again, team was very young. Howie Roseman made some incredible moves, got some damn good athletes. Unfortunately, we still had James Bradbury. That team looked good to start. I think Sirianni got his best friends up there who had no goddamn clue how to play football or coach a team, and we saw that drastically. The fans were pissed. I mean, we had people outside the link banging on trash cans saying Bradbury sucks, fire so-and-so, release so-and-so. It seems like Howie and staff listened to us. Last year we ended up finishing, I believe it was 7 or 11 and 6. Very, very mediocre season. This year, though, kind of a completely different ballgame. We did poach some division rivals players, as we named Jahan Dotson, Saquon Barkley. We also ended up picking up a really, really good corner. We drafted very, very well. Quentin Mitchell. Again, we still have James Bradbury, who is an absolute trash can.
Corner.
I mean, we've
the
got
white Jesus.
I mean, yeah, we got him there too.
Cooper DeJean.
He's, Will Shipley as a white running back as well. I mean, we're stoked there. We also picked up Devin White. Isaiah Rodgers was injured, or no, he was suspended, so he's coming back as well from the Colts. And we also signed C.J. Gardner there too. I think that this team has, again, just like the Bears, they have all the right pieces. It's going to depend on, again, we also have new offensive and defensive coordinators who know how to play football. I think all the pieces are there to make a very, very good run. I don't know if it's going to be a 14-plus team. I would feel comfortable with 11 and 13. We do play Dallas. Giants will somehow end up beat us for some reason. And knowing our luck, we'll start out hot again, and then something will go weird where we'll DeMarco Murray it instead of running Barkley north and south. We'll try and run them coast to coast. It just doesn't make sense, and I'm sure it'll be a very frustrating year for us. But the pieces are there. We drafted well. We picked incredible talent from the free agents. We signed Bryce Huff from the Panthers as well, and essentially got rid of Hassan Riddick, who I think is still in Japan in a kimono somewhere, asking for $50 million a year. So that guy clearly, how he was like, yeah, that guy is just an absolute loony bin. That's why I think that we're going to do very, very well this year. Dallas is going to be a tough beat. I'm sure Washington will give us a run for our money. Same thing with the Bengals, but that team, this is a really, really good team that I haven't seen in a while, stat-wise. And this seems like the important thing from when Carson Wentz was quarterback to Jalen Hurts right now. Hurts has the locker room. They're sold on Hurts in the locker room. Carson never had that. I think Hurts has it. I think they're all boys together. I think there's going to be a lot of good things there. Hopefully that the coaching staff does it well. We don't have to throw it 1,000 times and then run it 1,000 times the following week. Hopefully Sirianni is just the cheerleader there and leaves the true coaching to the OC and the DC.
I can respect it. That was a good little pitch, and I agree. There's just one problem is you pretty much lost a second quarterback on the field when it comes to like the mental side and pre-snap side. I still don't think you take a crazy step back. I agree with 11 to 13, but I'm going to put them behind the Lions on 11-13. I think Jason Kelce was that good. I mean, you've seen times where Jalen Hurts would make a call at the line and Jason Kelce would be like, what the hell are you doing? No, we're not doing that. And then the play would work out in Jason Kelce's favor. But other than that, you got it right on the nose. I agree with you 100%.
I would agree with Mason there. I think 11 and 13 is probably fine. Near the Lions and Chiefs, I'm not sure which one of these three will, go above the others.
Yeah.
Jason Kelce is a big loss. I'm sure Landon Dickerson, is he the one that's kicking inside?
Cam Jurgens
is kicking inside. Okay, so they do have a new. Cam Jurgens started last year, played a lot of games at guard. He's just kicking in and becoming the center now. So it's not like you're getting a guy that's never done it before.
Right.
Who, by the way, Jason Kelce did essentially handpick him to be his replacement.
And Jason Kelce's coaching a little bit, correct?
He has nonstop been in the facility. So I'm pretty sure his wife is a little irritated by it. I just don't see why he just doesn't just play another year. Thoughts?
I
just don't think his body can.
I think from seeing on the podcast is like she said he has to work out 3 times a week.
Yes.
So that's where he's going to work out.
So it's not like he's working out and not stepping out on the field. So I'm not saying Cam Jurgens
definitely 11 and 13.
Yeah, not saying Cam Jurgens is going to be the next Jason Kelce, but he was handpicked, was trained by Jason. Things can look very good.
Well,
I think losing Hassan Reddick is going to be a lot too.
Yeah,
that's a very good pass rush
wildfire.
guy there. So
crazy. Yeah, but we replaced him with a younger talent, just as good, and our guy is not in Japan and asking for $30 million.
He's not in Japan. You're right.
So, if I don't know about you guys, but I'm not paying a guy who's been very good, but I'm not paying him the 22, 25, 30 million that he wants as he's breaching 30.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't make sense.
No, I agree.
I think your line is still good. Like Jason Kelce is a crazy generational center, but I also think there's 3 teams in the NFL right now that I'm like, okay, these 3 teams consistently have the best line in the league. Eagles is one, unfortunately Dallas is one, and the 49ers is one. Those guys will always have a good O-line, it feels like.
I'd agree with that.
All right. So how do we feel about this tier list?
Like Kansas City should be 8-10, but fuck Mason, so whatever. I don't
What
give a shit.
the hell? Ain't it?
Yikes! Yikes!
This is just me. I kind of want to do this. Let me know if you agree. I want to put the Cardinals at the top of 5 and 7,
Yeah.
He's been
I
waiting
think-
on that shit since the first go around.
and I think maybe knock
Yeah.
the Steelers down to 8 and 10, 8 to 10.
I'm cool
You're
with it.
just talking about Russ and how good he was.
Yeah, no.
And how the
I
coach
think
is gonna
Steelers
bring 'em
gotta Stay
out.
where they are. As much as it pains me to do it, because fuck Pittsburgh, they're still gonna be good this
Yeah,
year.
Russell with a good coach has proven that he's a good quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you knocked that down.
No, you put the other blue one up front, up
Yeah,
there.
okay, you and Jared Goff and your massive money deal. You just calm down, Phil.
Yeah.
For those of you that can't see what we're doing, which is all of you, I just moved the Browns up to 14 plus, but I put them back down to where they were. So
Mason, help me remember who here has a Super Bowl. Can anybody raise their hand, please?
okay,
I-
that's
Detroit.
I have a
Yeah,
Super
raise
Bowl
my hand.
of recently.
I'll raise my
Fine.
hand next year. Sorry,
Yes.
I'll
I
wait
think
for
I have
that.
two of recently.
Okay, hey, you're fair weather, so you get like an asterisk with your hand raised.
Mm.
Hmm.
Even the tush push couldn't lead you.
Yeah, scripted. Got it. You tell me Bradbury held? Absolutely not. and honestly, you're the reason why his default is gone. That man has been ass cheeks ever since that holding call.
Yeah, shit must have got into him.
By the way, just throwing it out there, if anybody wants him, feel free to take him IRL. We'll take a washing machine or anything else for that guy just to get him off the team.
Oh, it's funny.
I'll give you about tree fitty.
I like the tier
Deal.
list, though. I think it's great.
that was always a fun spirited conversation as usual. So
Yeah.
all right, we'll post this on socials. You can roast us, let us know how bad we were.
All right.
But we're gonna close out the show now. Anybody have anything they want to talk about before the show's over?
I mean,
Nothing that I can think of. I think I aired all my bullets out.
yeah, you got a lot of bullets there, a lot of misses too, just like your aim in Overwatch.
Yep.
Mason, again, big congrats. We're very, very happy for you.
Thank
Much
you.
success and health.
Yeah, congrats,
Thank
man.
you.
To the new little one. So hopefully we'll be able to meet him or her later, as well as you and the future Mrs. Mason.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, when's that step gonna be crossed there, Mace?
Well, let's just one step at a time here, John.
Yeah, right. Because
Fair
I
enough.
think you did them
I
back.
did it backwards
first,
bud.
and
But
then
one
marriage.
step
Got
at
it.
a time,
Got
please.
it. Got
Dude,
it.
It wasn't the plan that way. It wasn't the plan
Oh,
that
jokes,
way.
man.
Got it. Kid first, then marriage.
Right.
Oh, I'm the only single? Okay, I got it. I'm the only one that's not married. I'll keep that in mind next time then.
He's playing hopscotch over here.
He really is. It's out. It's a Mason wild take.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
It is a
IRL
wild take. It's an IRL wild take, but
Sir.
I don't care. I chose the one, and I know what I'm doing, and I trust in her, and she'll be great, and I know it. So,
Hopefully we can get a good Genji.
Oh,
well, you're not losing a good Genji.
Oh, we're losing. Yeah, we never had a good Genji.
That's the point. I'm a
Yikes.
mediocre Genji, but Doomfist, you're losing probably the best Doomfist you guys have ever seen.
Uh,
Play with you on a
Oh, well.
team. Let me just say that.
Okay.
All right,
Alright,
I know we announced it last time. Maybe in next week at some point, if I can find the time, you'll see some footage of us playing Overwatch together, or something like that, on our YouTube. So make sure you subscribe to us over there. Game Time Gents. We are Game Time Gents everywhere. Twitter, TikTok, Facebook. Well, not Facebook yet. That's coming. Instagram, all that stuff. So follow us. Follow us on Spotify. Still trying to get that Apple thing set up. They're not letting me make a second Apple ID, so I got to continue to figure that out. But I know Zoltowski, you said you're thinking about streaming again soon. My streams, like I announced last week, they will be up and running this week at some point. I don't have a specified day. Like I said, Wednesday's my anniversary, so I don't want to just get, focus on that, get that done. Really make sure we have a good night and all that stuff. So, but yeah, just follow me at Nardy's Arcade everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. So
Yep, follow me. Winters Mason everywhere.
so Tasky, you want to plug your stuff?
Yeah, ZZ Top 77 everywhere. Come follow me. I don't tweet. I don't Facebook post, but I will stream.
And we're trying to get the old curmudgeon here, Fish, to start doing something, tweeting, maybe make a Twitch, do something there.
I'll tweet at Sirianni. I'll tweet at him. He gets my tweets often. Him and Bradbury all last season.
Yeah,
I'll tweet at him again.
They've read them all. They talk about it in the locker room between games.
Yeah, Bradbury's got his phone on the sideline because he doesn't play. Because
that's freaking Incravardi kid done sent me another thing.
What am I, an Aardvark? I hate you.
Dude, I don't know how to say your last name. It's so Italian, it's ridiculous.
Thank you.
This is the dumbest show of all time. All right. Appreciate you listening if you still do. Always say GG and thanks for being a gent. All right, talk to you later.
Catch you later. Bye.
See ya.